Hey, what's up? Diagnosed Narcissist here. Here to talk again about my experiences with such. And yes, my experiences. I am not a mental health expert, so keep that in mind as you watch any of these videos. But yeah. So today the subject is gonna be, as you saw in the title, envy. Now, am I envious? Yes. I would have thought like everyone is, to be honest. I would have thought that was like a natural, state of being that we're supposed to just have in a hierarchical world of humans that constantly oppress each other, take advantage of each other, steal from each other, whatever, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And everybody has their arbitrary line in terms of okay, what is fair, what is an equal distribution, blah blah, whatever, what it means to work hard, what it means to earn something, yada yada yada. You get the gist. So whatever your arbitrary standard of that is, somebody always has something better than you. Oh, if you want to be intelligent, there's going to be somebody with a higher IQ. If you want to be good at sports, there's going to be somebody that's, in better like athletic ability or some shit. Like everybody has things that they wish they had. And I feel like people who can't admit that, I guess the non-diagnosed narcissists and whatnot, like the regular fucking normal humans on the planet, I feel like they just mask this with like a shitty persona of, let's say, being super grateful or having a lot of discipline in the world. Like, yeah, fuck that. Like, the world is not supposed to be perfect, right? One thing that people always tell narcissists is that you can't strive for perfection because, it's simply impossible. And yeah, it is because we have limits. But I mean, like, see, that's the thing that I'm saying. It's a super arbitrary line then. Because, like, at what level am I allowed to be envious if, like, okay, everyone's always talking about, I don't know, do better things in your life, do this, do that. But then, oh, don't be too this or too that because, I don't know, let's say people have it like worse than you. And yeah, people do have it worse than me. Like, for example, okay, so I guess like the people that have it like really bad, let's say people that don't have shelter or like food to eat on a daily basis. Sure, they can complain about that because oh, they have like nothing. But for example, us that has, any bit of like food whatsoever to like, survive and like keep going, like we just look hella snobby, I bet, if we were to complain about like not being able to eat at like fancy fucking restaurants that like rich people go to and they get made by like, these like professional chefs and all that sort of stuff. And yet at the same time, we would call those people snobby because oh wow, they eat these things with like stupid fucking names, or there's plenty of jokes where it's like, oh my gosh, people are paying so much fucking money at like a fancy restaurant and like what is it, like a stupid pea on the plate or like some sort of like like some shit that's supposed to look fancy, even though that's garbage and you could have easily made it yourself, let's say, but oh, because it has like the fancy label, now oh my gosh, it's prestige, it's class, it's this, or whatever, and like all that kind of stuff. So I'm just like, where's the line? I don't understand. That's why at least I'm saying like, okay, then like why doesn't it make sense that we all just want to block and like escape from it or some shit? Because that's what we do with anything. Like humans, I believe, truly cannot settle for I don't know, just like whatever it is that like they're given, because oh, we're idealistic. We've evolved to have these like fancy fucking ideas about oh my gosh, how am I gonna change the world, or how am I gonna improve my life, yada yada yada, this and that, while also simultaneously having a sense of like discipline or accepting and being grateful for like the things that I have. I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like where do you draw it? I feel like at least as a narcissist myself, I can just admit that like, okay, all the time I want something better because oh my fucking god, like a lot of people, I have expectations. You have expectations. So I'm just like why wouldn't I want more? Why wouldn't anyone want more? Like okay, but like because we can't get more, most people have to cope. Because most people don't have like a fucking $1,000,000 and like all that shit. We have to say things like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness or like whatever. Sure, and I agree with that. Money doesn't buy happiness because nothing actually buys happiness. Everybody's gaslighting themselves. We're all gonna die. Everyone's making up some sort of like false narrative of ambitions or discipline or like whatever just so they can coast up until the point that like they die. But at least like us fucking narcissists, like I don't want to speak on behalf of like anyone else, but I'm just like, I sense that we're the only people that truly sees the sham of like everything that's going on. So I'm just like, yes, I'm envious because hypothetically I see people that are able to gaslight better than I do. They have like an infinite amount of money, let's say, to buy whatever they want, and they can just do this and they can just do that. And like, okay. It's funny how we have to be the ones, us regular people, more or less. I know I'm not regular for having my NPD, but like, in like certain other aspects, yeah, I don't stand out like most people. I'm just fucking whatever, just a person, just a random number in the stat, I guess, of like the billions and billions of people on Earth. But like, anyway, okay, yeah, we have to tell ourselves that. We have to tell ourselves that, like, okay, be grateful, be thankful for what you have, because like some people have like nothing. But oh my gosh, we're gonna glorify people that have so much money to be able to buy whatever the fuck they want, and like it's different just because they have so many fucking pieces of paper. And yet, when I, in a way, I feel have a similar mindset toward as them, just because I don't have the fucking millions, billions, and like trillions of like dollars. Oh my gosh, I just look like an ungrateful sack of shit. I just look like somebody that like, needs to fucking like, yeah, I don't know, be like appreciative more, yada yada yada, and like things like that. Well, I mean, I know you would take that opportunity if hypothetically you could get like so much money. You'd probably buy a whole bunch of like useless crap as well, because see, that's what I'm trying to say. The like within the notion that you can have so many resources at play, yes, people will just manipulate themselves with their passions, their goals, their like whatever they want to get into some sort of like thing where like, okay, yeah, because they have like an infinite amount of resources, at least compared to like most people on Earth, it might as well be fucking infinite. Like, yes, they can do that, and nobody has to care about discipline, because then it looks like class. Then it looks like, oh wow, you have a wine cellar, for example, filled with like, oh my gosh, the coolest like brands and names and like all that shit. Whereas like if somebody else that was hypothetically, I don't know, with like less money, and like they just spent their time like drinking or like whatever, like hardly like anyone would bat an eye in the same way that they would towards that person, compared to, let's say, somebody with like so much fucking money. Because, oh wow, that person's an alcoholic. This person's a fucking whatever, like however they got rich, they're an entrepreneur, they're this, they're that. So I'm just like, it is a status symbol that they have all these things. It's a status symbol that they have, all of these things that like they could get. And essentially, it's difficult for so many people to get there. So yeah, okay, a lot of people are gonna feel proud when they like do or something, but I'm just like, it's so stupid to me, because like at its core, at its like essential, like how it is, some people do not have to worry about envy just because they have like so many pieces of like paper, let's say. Whereas us, we as the collective normies have to, gaslight and think to ourselves that like, oh yeah, I'm so grateful for whatever the fuck I have, while simultaneously, a lot of people at large in society sucking the dicks of all of these people having these things that we wish we had. So, okay, that's saying one thing and then like wanting another, because what? Who doesn't want, like, let's say, like a great fucking career, right? So even, okay, even these things about being appreciative, this and that, I'm just like, again, like the line is arbitrary. So am I envious? Yes, I'm hella envious. And I'm not going to be satisfied with whatever I get. And I don't imagine anyone will be, because why do rich people, kind of like what we non-rich people always like to say, why do they spend money on useless crap? So I feel like it indicates that nobody will ever actually be satisfied with whatever the fuck they have. But oh my gosh, if you use the fancy words like discipline, if you use the fancy words like minimalism or like whatever, then like, oh yeah, you're cool, because that's the coolest as you'll get as somebody that can't get a lot of things through their resources. Oh yeah, you're like a mental fucking sage, bro. I'm like, fuck you. I can be honest about it. I want more. I do want more. And call it projection, I don't care. I know you want more as well. But, there you go. One narcissist take on envy.